Issue number 17 of the Power Rangers comic by Boom Studios begins with Jason trying to find any Morphin energy spikes and the Spectrum 2 transponder. I was wondering what the Omega Rangers would be up to after the Eltarian War. After just these 2 pages, it just seems like they're bored. That doesn't bode well for the rest of the series. Trini needs to repair the Omega Zords and construct a new Spectrum ship. She can't do it without C though. So, Billy is on the phone with her to try and repair C. Trini eventually brings C back online, but he's lost all of his memories. So this is like a brand new C almost. Zack is speaking with Archon, and it looks like somebody has stolen a Morphin Master spear, among other things. Archon's got a suspect, so Zack heads into town to question them. The suspect is Kevil Vryn, a Hartoonian. He doesn't take too kindly to Zack's accusations, so he tries to run away. After an action movie style chase through town like a James Bond movie, Zack is able to pin Kevil down. He says he can either return everything he stole, or he can be locked away in the vault for a few hundred years. Returning to Trini, C still has no access to his memories. Billy says there's nothing wrong with C's neural network or data interface, but there is a user signature preventing the transfer of the memories. C reveals that he is the one blocking the transfer of his memories to his body. It's because C witnessed so much in the previous stories, he restricted his memories so he would not have to experience them again. Halfway through this issue and I'm bored. I always preferred Power Rangers over Mighty Morphin, but I'm struggling to see what the point of this series is now. You've got the most powerful Rangers in the entire series, and they have virtually nothing better to do. This was one of my fears of having an ongoing series for the Omega Rangers, that they'll eventually run out of interesting stories. Returning to Zack now, and Kevil takes Zack and Archon to a stash of stolen items. Zack asks Kevil where the Morphin Master staff is, which is funny because I thought Archon said that a Morphin Master spear was stolen earlier. But anyway, Kevil takes the Morphin Master weapon and points it at Zack. He doesn't trust the Omega Rangers because they didn't save Hartoonia. So a little fight breaks out with Zack and Archon against Kevil. Zack is actually downed by Kevil, but then Archon disarms him, and the short battle ends there. Archon offers Kevil a new home and a new purpose. All 4 Omega Rangers are gathered together again, and they say they need to do more because saving the universe wasn't enough. I said how I was afraid that the Omega Rangers have run out of things to do, so here they are coming up with the next big adventure. They broadcast a message through space, telling everyone that they're the Omega Rangers, dedicating their lives to the defense of the innocent. The broadcast is a promise and a warning. The promise is to aid any world that suddenly finds itself besieged by hostile invaders. The warning is to the evil. The Rangers will stop them. Interestingly, during the broadcast we see a man in a robe. What I hate about comics is that you can't easily tell who people are sometimes. I'm guessing it's Andros from Power Rangers in Space. If it is him, I wonder how he's going to fit into all of this. This issue draws to a close after we see a group of bad guys listen to the Rangers broadcast. These people are the followers of Vox from Necessary Evil. They want revenge. There is one thing worth looking forward to. Seeing if that was Andros on the earlier page and seeing if he has any impact on the story. Besides that, I don't really know what the point of this comic is anymore. The problem goes right back to Shattered Grid. We saw future Ranger teams and the events that the Rangers experienced play out mostly like the TV series. The Omega Rangers are the most powerful Rangers in the universe here. They've dedicated their lives to defend the innocent, and now things get muddy. I've said that these comic books are their own thing now, they don't follow the TV series continuity, but there are shared aspects of it. However, Shattered Grid has shown that the future is still much like that of the TV show. So what makes Jason return to Earth without the Omega powers ready for Zeo? What happens to Zack and Trini? What's the point of future Ranger teams when we've got the most powerful Rangers here? I think we've reached a point where there isn't really a need for a Power Ranger series anymore, and the more stories we get out of it could contradict what we've seen from Shattered Grid, making this whole timeline nonsensical.